Hello everyone and welcome back to the Nerd Cave. In this video, we're gonna upgrade this old project here. I made this binary clock and weather monitor a year ago, which was a fun project, but after seeing this through-hole addressable LEDs, I decided I can replace all these LEDs so that we can have it in any color we want. And this step should be easy to do because we just need to make a new schematic diagram so that we can put in our addressable LEDs. Then afterwards we can then go order a PCB. So let's first head on over to EasyEDA so that we can make a new schematic diagram. This is our schematic diagram. It is very straightforward and simple. Since we're using addressable LEDs, we only need to have one data pin. So on a Raspberry Pi Pico, we connect our LEDs to GP0, and then here we have all the LEDs connected to each other. So you'll see our input goes to the Raspberry Pi Pico, and then the output of this LED will go to the input for the next LED. And for this LED, I'm using a component from JLC's website. So if we go here to place device, you'll see this is available from JLC. And this is the World Semi WS2812b F8 through-hole addressable LED. There is a data sheet here, but the data sheet is all in Chinese. They do show that you need a capacitor here. Now for a simple project like this, and since everything will be close to each other, we can just leave out that capacitor. It will not make any big difference. The next two components is going to be push button. So we will use the push button to change the weather information. So if we wanted to show more weather data, we can use the push button to show more data, or just like a next button and a previous button. So for the button, we will connect this to GP1 and GP2 on our Pico, and we will do a pull down. So we'll keep the button value low, and then once we press the button, it will go to VCC, and VCC here is connected to the 3.3 volt. So we'll check for a high input from our Pico. Then for the OLED, we're using the popular SSD1306 OLED display, which uses I2C communication, which will connect here to GP16 and 17. And then also we will have a connector at the back that we can connect 5 volt and ground, so that we can use external power supply. So we can use maybe a USB-C cable connected to our 3D enclosure so that we can power our device without having to plug in a USB directly to the Pico. For the design of the PCB, we're going to keep it the same as the previous project. We're going to have the Raspberry Pi Pico here in the front with the OLED and 2 buttons, and then we'll have all the LEDs to show our time in binary. Here we have a 3D model of it. So now we just need to order a PCB, and for that we're going to use, JLC PCB, who is a sponsor of this channel. For most of my projects, I've used JLC PCBs 1 to 4 layer boards, which is fast, reliable and easy to work with. Now JLC PCB is offering professional 6 layer PCBs, which makes a big difference for high performance designs. With 6 layers, routing is much cleaner. You get around 30 to 50% higher wire density, so you spend less time fighting with routing limits and more time building actual projects. They include free via in-pair support, which is an ideal for compact high-speed boards. Normally 6 layer boards are expensive, but JLC PCB includes an engineering finish and premium features at no extra cost. Right now you can get a $30 coupon for your first 6 layer PCB order, and high precision 50 by 50 mm boards starting at just $2 using the link in the description. Also, new customers can get $123 in coupons when registering. Here we have our beautiful PCB, and all we need to do now is go and solder all these components. Soldering all these components wasn't that straightforward. It is quite difficult to solder these addressable LEDs because these pads are so close to each other. So how I would suggest you to go about that is you solder one side of the pad, then clip it shorter, then do the next one, clip it shorter, and carry on like that. I still need to go clip off this one for the I2C, but all we need to do now is basically plug in our Pico and then make a simple 3D enclosure, and then we can upload all the code and see does it work. In Fusion 360, I just made a very simple design. I imported that DXF file from my PCB so that I can find where is all the holes. And then I just made this simple design here. So the PCB will go here in the front, And then here at the back, we'll have a connector so that we can plug in USB-C here, then to charge everything. This actually does snap into place very nicely, but I do have screws here to make sure that it will not fall out. But you can see here, I'm holding this on the components. It is quite a nice snug fit in our 3D print. So now we can go plug in our Raspberry Pi Pico, and we can also go connect the Pico to our computer and go upload some code. And once everything is working, then we can just power it through USB-C. Now the code, 3D enclosure, Gerber, and everything else you need to build this is available on my website. So let's quickly go download all the code and upload it to our Pico. This is the website, nerdcaves.xyz. We'll go to Raspberry Pi Pico, click on Get Started, go to Projects, and then we'll go to the second one here, which is the binary clock, the addressable LED version. And then here on the right side, we'll click on Code, and then here we'll click on this link that will download all the code for you. Once you have downloaded all the code and extracted, you can go in Phony and use the file system to navigate to the code. So just click here, View and Files. So here we have the code. We'll click on the top one here, Config, hold Shift, click on all of these so it is highlighted, right click and say Upload to, and this will upload it to our Raspberry Pi Pico. Now the changes you're going to want to make is in this config file here. Here you want to go put in your internet address along with the password, and then for the weather API key and daytime API key, you're going to have to go and make your own one. Full detail of this will be on a website. I also have made a video in the past on how you can set this up. So now that we have this code, we have this main file, let's just give it a run and see does it work. So once this starts up, it will show our Wi-Fi is okay, then it will show our weather is okay and also our time API, and then it will connect. So now it is currently showing the time here in binary. Let me just bring it a bit closer. So here we have a 2, we have 8 here, and then 1 here, and then it just went over to 2. Now, like we said, this button will show us more information. So if I press this button, here I can see the pressure, the wind speed, and also our temperature, which is now 0.2 Celsius degrees. If I click here, it also shows the sky is clear and humidity. So I can go change this if I want using that API. I hope you found this project video helpful, and if there's any ideas you have where I can use these addressable LEDs, let me know in a comment section. I will see you in the next video.